Ah, yes. One second. Hello. Okay. Okay. Hello. Hello. 1 second. Please hold on. Just. Okay. Hello. Sample box filling. Filling. What? Sample box filling. അതിന്റെ ലേബല് should cover both sides. That means there are hinges in the opening and backside hinges is there. That both should be covered. And the label all details ഉണ്ടാവണം. അതുപോലെ seals should be properly made inner and outer, and the label should be pasted to the inner sample box and the outer sample box. Okay, the label opening should be sealed properly. Is an additional sealing that is shown in the photo with a seal wire around. It is desirable. That's all. Once. Unmute. Hello. Hello. The VC have yeah. Can you look? Okay. Okay. Once. Any other point you can just write in the chat box. Hello. Yeah. Can you join now? Just audio. Once. Hello. I think you can ask questions. Yes, we have Mr. Yes, then CDM QCC. HQ is the head of quality control cell. So we like to address the gathering. Can unmute and join, sir.
Can?
Yes.
Okay. So
good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon to all of you. And as Mr. Cherian has introduced, I'm Dhanapal. I'm heading QCC. I was mostly in LPG, so I might not have met most of you. I was in Southern Region as RLM, then I was in fact in Trivandrum earlier in 2000 to 2003, manager, then subsequently became TM State Debt and RLM, and I was throughout mostly in LPG. So there might not have been an opportunity to meet all of you. But then today it is a great opportunity to meet, though it's not in person. So there is an opportunity for me to see all of you through this video conferencing. Mr. Kannabiran is addressed, and then he would have explained about what's the purpose, because we had a same program, a similar program at Chennai. So initially I joined there actually. So I told I will just join here a little later once the presentation is made. So what is the purpose, etc., everything has been explained to you, and a detailed presentation has been made by Mr. Cherian, who is heading the QCC of Southern Region. And so by now, I think you would be knowing as to what are the things to be done, what are the common mistakes, what are the repetitive observations noticed by QCC throughout the region. So now I think you're clear about. Cherian, you can just put off.
Yeah.
Mute. Yeah. So therefore, all of you now aware actually what are the points, what are the focus areas, where you need to focus, etc. See, one thing is that objective of all of us is same, whether you being a dealer or a sales officer or a territory manager or a state head or QCC, the objective is same. There is no difference actually. Your objective and our objective is only one single objective as to how we can serve the customer, how we can ensure quality product and a correct quantity product to the consumer, at the same time taking care of all the guidelines and statutory, approvals, etc. So therefore, I mean, there may be some misunderstanding that, QCC is coming or a sales officer is coming for an inspection, why, what, and all that. But then ultimately, all of us should, know and realize that it is only to help you to grow. See, objective is same. All of us are having the same objective that Bharat Petroleum should do well. And as a dealer, you must also improve your business day by day, year on year. And then you should make more profit actually by having the trust of the customer, following all the guidelines, including safety guidelines. So therefore, there is no difference in our approach. All of us are having a same approach. All of us are having same line. Only thing is our responsibilities and our the job which we are doing is a little bit different, but all leading to the same common objective. So if this is understood, then we all will be knowing that, whether audit comes or a sales officer comes from audit or a QCC, it is not to find fault or something. It is to help you to identify, is there any, the deviation from the standard guidelines. So we are a public sector undertaking, and then we are responsible for ensuring a correct quantity and quality to the consumer. So therefore, these are all checks and balances to know that all of us are going in the same path, and our consumer, be it in Calicut, be it in Kerala, or be it in any other part of this nation, they get the same kind of a service. So with this objective, we thought, why, first of all, this actually being, the QCC may not come. Your sales officer comes every 6 months or 3 months, whereas QCC comes once in a while on a surprise basis. Basic thing is that this program, we thought is that based on the feedback from, our dealer and distributors, saying that, we are not aware, sir, actually, had we aware that this is the thing we are supposed to do it, we would have maintained it and there should not have been any, non-compliances. So therefore, we thought, okay, one side QCC will be conducting, regular inspections and audits. At the same time, we thought we will just create awareness. We will explain all of you, because there are dealers must be 40, 50-year-old. there might be some dealer who just joined in the system, Bharat Petroleum. So some might have gone through the QCC audit. Many of you might not have gone through the QCC audit because we are not doing it every 3 months or 6 months. It's every few years or something. We are doing it on a surprise basis. And some of you might not have even had once during the past 18 years. So the purpose is that, one side, though we continue to do the audit and inspection, find out is there any non-compliances, etc. And the other side, we thought we'll create an awareness. We'll explain what is the role of this thing. What is the expectation from you? Okay. So this is not that, the expectation from QCC or expectation from sales officer inspection changes every now and then. No, there are a set of, things which we are supposed to check. Probably sales officer has certain things to check during his inspection, and QCC has a similar or slightly little bit different approach. But then it is all that there is no surprise element except for the time of visits or something. Otherwise, there is no. Every time the question doesn't change actually. It's not a competitive exam or something where we get a new question paper every time. No, it's not like that. So what is that we are going to check is known to all of you. If you do not know, we are willing to share the checklist. Probably you can take it from your sales officer. GM, we just shared it with all. You can just have a checklist because sales officer checklist you already have. You might have gone through it. So you have a standard format as to what a sales officer looks at it. Similarly, QCC, you may not have a format, so we are willing to share. You can just take it, you yourself and check, and then see where do you stand. So what I appeal to all of you is that you have a self-audit. You please do a self-audit. You yourself can do, because you are in the business. You know better as to what are the things to be maintained, what are the things to be complied. So you know it better. So my appeal to all of you, please take that checklist from TM or the sales officer, and then you yourself check this with respect to your dealership. Where do you stand? If everything is compliant, no worry. If something you need to improve, somewhere you find a non-compliance, yes, please comply it, so that whenever a sales officer comes, if you do it, it's applicable for both, whether a sales officer inspection or a QC inspection. So therefore, you will be free of mind and you can focus on if these common things, if these procedures and guidelines are followed, so then there's no worry. You can focus on your other activities like how to improve the customer service, how we can do more sales, how we can capture more customer, how you can, look for more new businesses. So your time can be qualitatively spent in improving the business rather on doing a compliance. So with that, that's why we wanted to create, because we also don't want to take any action. Because, it doesn't give any satisfaction. Then you take some action on a distributorship, make them to make penalty or close the, dealership for 15 days or 30 days. So that's not the aim. The aim is that, but then there is no other option. We have MDG, and there are agencies to just come and see whether we are doing as per the guidelines of the company. So if it is not complied, yes, we need to do that. But then we wanted you to take, prevention and precaution so that you don't get into that. The moment you comply with your either the sales officer inspection or QCC, automatically things are going to improve. And then ultimately that, your customer service is going to go up, your sales will go up. So therefore, my request to all of you, please take this as a positive, and then we are willing to help you out, because this particular session is to make you aware. If at all you are not aware of it, there are small things which Mr. Chairman has mentioned. We also feel bad, in one of the region in the past 3-4 months, 15 outlets, close to 15 outlets have been closed. For what actually? For not maintaining the proper, records as per the guideline. It may look simple, but he also explained about the density register. See, as per this thing, you can't know. It's a common MDG is applicable to all the dealers. So we cannot have any concession. So, but then it is a responsibility. If a system is established at your dealership, yes, every day morning, 10 o'clock, yes, these are all things I'm supposed to do it. Whether you are there, you are not there, things are done. And then we also observed that wherever the, the involvement of dealer is there, the dealer himself is personally monitoring. So there, I think the observations are not much, because he himself takes care. So that gives, a lot of responsibility on your manager, and then to the DSMs and others down the line. So the moment you show the interest, you show the seriousness on the guidelines to be and the procedure to be followed, then under you, all your staff under you will definitely fall in line. This is what my owner wants. This is what he is worried about. This is what he's serious about. So generally, that what you want to do it, they also understand this is the seriousness which you have to do it. So overall things will work out better. Because we cannot say that I have given this job to XYZ and he has not done. Finally, as a dealer, you are responsible. We just came across a case, L&M certificate expired, and the dealer feels that I had given it to an agent or whoever or a OEM, and he has not done it. But then, okay, he can escape saying that he has not done for whatever reason he has not done. But ultimately, what happens? Ultimately, that MPD is closed. In a bigger outlet in a city where your flow is very high, your two-wheeler or a four-wheeler, assuming that you have the facility and you are unable to use it, so it hinders the customer service. The customers have to wait for more than expected time. Probably some of the customers may move out to the nearby outlet and they may not come back to you later. So, but then the issue looks very simple, the renewal. But then that issue is going to have a long-term repercussion in your sales and service and the perception of the customer. Why this outlet, this is not working? There may be some stories built around. There may be some rumors people will spread. Yeah, I'm just talking about a case where our dealership is closed for 15 days. It may not be on account of the quality issue, but then what the rumors goes around, no one knows. People may be talking about many things. Yeah, the outlet is not good, so therefore the company closed it. Then what happens out on your reputation of you being a dealer and we being the company? Both will get affected on a long-term basis. Once the customer moves out, so there's no guarantee that he will come back after 15 days. Might come, might not come. So to regain that volume, to regain that customer confidence, it may take a lot of effort, a lot of time. So therefore, which is better? Which is better? It is that, we follow the guideline and on a daily basis, on a consistent basis, then it's good. Our sale is going to be up. We have a good name in the market. So it's going to help you on a long-term basis. So therefore, the format is, open to all of you. Please do your self-audit. Identify if there is any gap. Please take, don't worry about whether the sales officer comes XY date or a QCC comes XY date. Don't worry about that. Whether they come or they don't come. It is not that you are doing that for the sake of sales officer or for the sake of a QCC. No. It is that you are going to do for your sake. See, officers are here for 3 years, 4 years, they may leave. But that dealership is going to be forever. There are, today only I was just reading through the journal. Someone has done 1948. 1948. Someone is, associated with Burma Shell and Bharat Petroleum for how many years now? Almost 75 years plus. So it is going to be for generations. It's going to be a permanent affair. The officers may be there, may not be there after some time. But then please take this as an improvement for yourself and please do it for yourself, not for just to satisfy an officer. So that is not going to help you because the moment you put your effort fully, then the things will change. If you put the effort only to satisfy a sales officer inspection or QCC, it may not have the desired result. Okay, so the people under you just watch you as to what is your intention, what is your priority. If your priority is that, yes, this is what is my priority, serving the customer, adhering to all the guidelines, including safety procedures, on a consistent basis is my priority at a dealership, then everyone at your distributorship will work towards it. Okay, so therefore, this we thought we will cover. We will, from our side, we will make all effort to make you aware. This is what it is. That's why we just said, if you are not, because there are some of the dealers may not be aware as to this. Maybe you may be thinking it's it's updation of data, but then non-updation of data leads to a severe, punishment or a, penalty. So that people may not be aware. That our aim is to make you aware that this is what it is. If you don't do this, this is what it is. For example, I think K-factor. See, it's very simple. When someone is giving a certificate, then and there you check, you correct it, there's no problem. If we are not focusing on that 1 minute, 2 minutes as to what LM certificate is, whether he has mentioned it correctly or not correctly, you could have got it done in the next 5 minutes, 10 minutes, one day. But then if we are not focusing that, and then filing it, later on it becomes a mismatch. it leads to a lot of trouble for you and for the company and for the customer as well. So therefore, this is our aim, to make you aware that this is what it is, so that we don't want anybody to get into any of this non-compliance and subsequent penal action. So my appeal to you once again is to check everything, keep everything on a compliance basis anytime and every time, 24/7. And I am sure at some point in time, you should only say that you should invite QCC. You should say that you please come and inspect. This is what it is. And you please challenge that if you can find any, can you find any non-compliance in our dealership? I think we should rise to that level. Then I think you don't worry about anybody coming. There's no problem. It is like a routine matter which you will be doing it. So that is possible. And I'm sure all of you will be doing it in the near future, if at all we are not doing it. So please do that. And we would request to call your, stated TM or sales officer saying that, sir, anytime they can come. See, that is the confidence you should have for yourself. And then the overall image, our service standards will improve in the days to come. And if at all any queries, anything is there, you can always ask now or later, not an issue. So I'm sure this, if someone has not probably not come, please explain. And one more request is that, you have now listened to what it is. You please have a meeting with all your your staff, and explain the consequences, because they may not be aware. They may not be aware because they are under pressure to do a day-to-day job. So they may not be aware. Just have a meeting, tell them what is the consequence and how all of you can together improve the customer service. So if that is done, all of you are aligned, the dealer to the DSM to everybody there, then I think absolutely there's no problem. You will have a lot of peace and you will enjoy doing what you're doing. So thank you for this opportunity. Thank you to Kannapiran, stated, and the team from State Office and Territory Office, and also QCC, Mr. Chirian, for this opportunity. And I'm sure sometime in person, this is that since we want to cover, so probably in physical form, it will take a lot of time. So that's the reason that we thought we'll have a Zoom meeting and to cover. And probably whenever there's a meeting, whenever there's a physical meeting by territory or a state office, we can always, have once again, we can just come talk to you and then take your feedback. So thank you all for your, listening and then going through this carefully for the past 1.5 hours. I'm sure this will definitely make a change in the way we work in the future. So thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for the nice words and recap of all the issues. Sir, പറഞ്ഞത് പ്രധാനമായിട്ടും നമ്മൾ ഈ പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുള്ള പോയിന്റ്സുകളെല്ലാം, അതായത് ബേസിക്കലി നിങ്ങൾക്ക് അറിയാത്ത കാര്യങ്ങളൊന്നുമല്ല എങ്കിലും റീക്യാപ്പ് ഓൺ ഓൾ ദിസ് തിങ്, എന്തൊക്കെയാണ്, വാട്ട് ആർ ദി ചെക്സ് ആൻഡ് ബാലൻസസ് നമ്മൾ ഒരു ROയിൽ നോക്കേണ്ടത്. All 7 factors, 7 points, like from K factor, your weights and measure certificate, seals, weights safety, customer service standards, and density register, weights system measure. All these points മാത്രം നമ്മൾ എൻഷുർ ചെയ്യാണ്. അത് എൻഷുർ ചെയ്യുക എന്നുള്ളതാണ് ഏറ്റവും വലിയ ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻ്റ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള കാര്യം. അത് ത്രൂ നിങ്ങൾ നേരിട്ടായിരിക്കാം, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങളുടെ സ്റ്റാഫ് വഴിയായിരിക്കാം. ആ കാര്യങ്ങൾ എൻഷുർ ചെയ്യുക, ഓൺ എ ഡെയിലി ബേസിസ് ചെക്ക് ചെയ്യുക. എന്തെങ്കിലും മിസ്റ്റേക്സ് ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അപ്പോൾ തന്നെ കറക്റ്റ് ചെയ്യുക. എന്തെങ്കിലും ഡിഫിക്കൽറ്റി ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഇമ്മീഡിയറ്റ്ലി റിപ്പോർട്ട് ടു ദ സെയിൽസ് ഓഫീസർ. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് വെരി 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 ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻറ്റ് ടു മെയിൻറ്റെയിൻ ദി കസ്റ്റമർ സർവീസ് സ്റ്റാൻഡേർഡ്സ്. അപ്പോൾ ഇതിലേക്ക് ചില ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് ഒക്കെ ഐ തിങ്ക് മിസ്റ്റർ Deepa is available online. One second, I can unmute. So there are some questions in the chat box saying that some MBDs that regarding automation, some automation is not completed in 2 MBDs. That's only one card side picking machine from PT Thomas. Idile automation, okay, these are specific cases. ഇതില് അത് ചെയ്യുന്നതിൽ എന്തെങ്കിലും റീസൺ ഉണ്ടാവും. മേ ബി ഇൻ വർക്ക് ഇൻ പ്രോഗ്രസ്. എനിക്കിത് വർക്ക് ഇൻ പ്രോഗ്രസ് എന്നാണെന്ന് എനിക്ക് മനസ്സിലാക്കുന്നത്. യു ടേക്ക് ഇറ്റ് അപ്പ് വിത്ത് കൺസേൺ സെയിൽസ് ഓഫീസർ ഓർ എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് ഓഫീസർ, അത് എൻഷുർ ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടുള്ളത്. അതുപോലെ വെദർ who is responsible for the SGS, that is an automation vendor in Malappuram. Other, I think the basic, actually these things we get the 2 MBD that not in automation. Okay, these are specific cases. We can pick up with the territory, and they'll be able to address it. They'll be able to address it. Definitely, this are all local information. We'll be able to get it addressed. Okay. And this. Okay. Then 1 second, participants. Then I can put. If anybody want to speak, I can put it on speaking mode. Speaking mode. If you want, anybody want to speak. Okay. Otherwise, anybody from the territory is available? 1 second. 1 second. So otherwise, any other questions, you can just tell your sales officer. He'll convey to me and we can address. Hello, Deepa. Are you can come online? Okay. Okay. 1 second. Okay.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, Deepa. Yeah.
Thank you, sir, for the very informative session. I think all the dealers have pretty much understood what is required of them. So like you rightly said, they are all simple to-do things which have to be taken care as a system. ഒരു സിസ്റ്റമായിട്ട് നമ്മൾ അതൊക്കെ ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ട് പോയാൽ മതി. അപ്പൊ പിന്നെ വലിയ പേടിക്കേണ്ട ആവശ്യമൊന്നുമില്ല. TSOന്റെ ഇൻസ്പെക്ഷൻ ആണെങ്കിലും QCCയുടെ ഇൻസ്പെക്ഷൻ ആണെങ്കിലും വിജിലൻസിന്റെ ഇൻസ്പെക്ഷൻ ആണെങ്കിലും ഒക്കെ സിമ്പിൾ ആയിട്ടുള്ള കാര്യങ്ങളാണ്. അത് നമ്മുടെ ഹാബിറ്റിൽ അങ്ങോട്ട് ഇൻകൾക്കേറ്റ് ചെയ്താൽ അത് നമുക്ക് വലിയ പ്രശ്നമുള്ള കാര്യമായി തീരില്ല. ഇല്ലെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങൾക്കും സ്ട്രെസ്സാണ്, SOനും സ്ട്രെസ്സാണ്, ടെറിട്ടറിക്കും സ്ട്രെസ്സാണ്. So we need not be vigilant about who is coming, who is inspecting, who is how എന്നുള്ളത് ടെൻഷൻ ഒന്നും ആവശ്യമില്ല.